All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we're going to get ready here to go green flag racing in just a little bit. So these drivers locked, stocked, and loaded, ready to go to battle here. We're trying to get everything set up here for the stream here. Accidentally hit the wrong button there, closed out the entire web browser. That was a big mistake right there. Trying to get everything back up and going here. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, baby. All right, here we go. Heat race number 1 coming right up, right at you here in this one. Make sure all of our logos are good, making sure everything is perfect, locked, stocked, and ready to go here. These drivers are going to start rolling out onto the racetrack. We're going to get ready for our first heat race of the evening. Our first heat race about to get underway here. These drivers starting to circle the racetrack. We're live from Knoxville Raceway, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. It's going to be a beautiful race, an absolutely wicked event as these drivers look to try to pick up the championship and put on a wonderful show here for us. We're going to get ready with our opening lineup. So starting on the pole in this one, in the 63 machine, that is Clifford Driscoll. To his outside in the 77 ride, it's the 3D Racing. House of Speed, number 77, that's Warren Samoy. Starting on the inside, a row number 2 in the FGR Excel SWM Premier Racing Setups, number 20P, that is Sean Pointer. To his outside in the Tigra Shocks Finish Line Designs, number 39, that is Craig Bristol. Starting in position number 5 in the 81 is that Exiled Esports FGR Excel All-Out Graphics Premier Racing Setups ride of Wesley Gwaltney. To his outside in the 3D Racing House of Speed number B14, that is Brian Wax. Then we see the 011 at Joey Reeder in the 57 ride. Scott Schroyer rounding out the field here as heat race number 1 is underway, and quickly it's the 63 machine of Clifford Driscoll out in front as Clifford leads him down the backstretch down into corner number 3. He's going to lead him down through corner number 4, and he's going to lead lap number 1 here in this one. So Clifford Driscoll out in front early on here in this one. Sean Pointer right there in position number 2. Warren Samoy there in 3rd. Wesley Gwaltney, Brian Wax bringing up our top 5. Joey Reeder in that Premier Racing Ancient Gaming 011 ride there in 6th. Scott Schroyer in the Stars Motorsports Animal Racing number 57 ride there in 7th. And Craig Bristol, unfortunately, sliding all the way back to that 8th position. As it's all Clifford Driscoll out in front. Clifford continues to lead the way. The 20P machine of Sean Pointer right there behind him, trying to track him down. But out in front, it's Clifford who continues to lead the way. Scotty Dobbs, Mr. Scott Dobbs coming in out of the gate with the 360 star dono. Let's go, Scott. Let's go, my boy. Big flexing, homie. Big flexing out here. Coming in with the like and the 360 star dono. How you doing tonight? 3D Racing coming in with the like and the share. Ricky Chandler coming in with that heart reaction, as well as Clifford Driscoll continues to lead the way, but that 20P machine sticking right there with him. He's got a few of those Ancient Gaming rides right there behind him as Wesley Gwaltney in position number 3 continues to try to track them down. He's trying some different lines here, trying to find something as you see Sean Pointer now starting to migrate a little bit higher in the race grooves here as he's getting up a little bit higher than what the 63 is, looking for a little bit more traction, looking for a little bit more of a run up here through the middle of the track. See it really starting to come in good there in 1 and 2. they head down the backstretch. Clifford still out in front, just hugging that inside berm there, not leaving that inside berm, keeping that left front glued right to it. But that 20P machine starting to put a little bit of pressure onto him as the white flag is going to be displayed one more time around here for that 63 ride of Clifford Driscoll. But here comes Sean Pointer with a big run to the outside. They're going to go side by side down into corner number 3, down and out of corner number 4. Can the high side get a good run? He gets a little bit of sideways there, is down to the line. It's Clifford Driscoll picking up heat race win number 1. Sean Pointer, Wesley Waltley, Warren Samoy, Brian Wax, Scott Schroyer, Joey Reeder, and Craig Bristol rounding out the field there for heat race number 1. What a run and what a drive right there for the 63 ride Clifford Driscoll in that 3D racing machine with a great run there. But man, he had the pressure on him. The pressure was on him right there on his back bumper. Sean Pointer trying to find a way up and around that number 63 ride. We're going to see these drivers jump out onto the racetrack here for a little bit of a warm-up. Not a huge night, not a whole lot going on. Yo, Crazy Dude USA coming in with the follow. Crazy Dude coming in showing the love over there on Twitch. How you doing, Crazy Dude? Coming in showing the love. PC Poo, Sarcy! Sarcy, my girl. What is good, Sarcy? How are you, my girl? Sarcy coming in showing the love. How are you, my girl, with the like and all the shares? Holy moly. Sarcy with all the love in the house. That's what we love to see. We always love to see Sarcy up in the house. Always showing the love as we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose here as just a quick little warm-up session. Not a huge field of cars here for the UMP Modifieds. The series never has had a huge number of drivers, but man, these guys still put on a absolutely insane show here for us. Doing well, how are you? Oh, Sarcy, you know I'm always doing good, my girl. You know I'm always doing good, especially when we see you up in the chat. We're always doing good, you know. We're just grinding away. We're, you know, we've had some time off, which has been nice, and we've just been putting in that work, putting in the hours, continuing to try to pump out live content, offline content, the whole 9 yards. Yesterday we were live for 9 hours yesterday. We've already been live for about 4 and a bit today, you know, and as soon as this race is over, we'll probably go live again and do more content. We just continuously keep on putting the content out. We haven't stopped, haven't slowed down one little bit here, and you know, it's been a ton of fun, and you know, it's been a good time. You know, we've been playing some Fortnite, some Call of Duty, some other games as well. We're going to start throwing more iRacing into the mix as we jump in behind the wheel ourselves and run some laps. It's going to be a ton of fun as well, as these drivers out here looking to have a ton of fun. As that was our heat race winner right there, that 63 machine, the 3D racing ride of Clifford Driscoll. Currently one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. Sean Pointer's looking very good as well here. He was all over that back bumper, had a good run there, trying to get to the outside of Clifford in that first heat race. So I think we're going to see a good race here between Sean Clifford and probably Wesley Gwaltney, as Gwaltney always seems to find himself towards the front of the field in these races. Yo, Papa Mike! Michael Dickinson coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. Let's go, Papa Mike. Papa Mike with the 411 days of being a follower. Absolutely insane. Papa Mike always coming in, showing the love. Scott Dobbs coming in with the 429 days of being a follower. Sarcy with the 414. Absolutely insane. Sarcy, I know you're way over that 414 marker, but man, oh man, that's still crazy, man. I can't thank you guys enough. Cliff will clinch the season championship tonight. Cliff will do it tonight. Okay. I think Sean missed a couple nights, and I think that's gonna be the breaker there for poor Sean, which I mean definitely was good for Cliff. Opened up the door there for Mr. Driscoll to be able to pick up the championship. What are the points looking like? New chair yet? No, not yet. It's gonna be in the mail here in a little bit. I haven't quite decided on which one I want. I'm probably gonna do that as soon as I'm done this live. Get the chair ordered. I want, I don't know, I'm still deciding between two of those respawn ones. I think I know the one that I want, but I'm like, do I really need that extra little bit? But I think I do. I think I do. So we're probably going to go with a little bit more of an expensive one, but you got to treat yourself here and there. You know, you got to treat yourself here and there. When it's something that, you know, you spent so much time in, you want to take that comfort level and everything else to the very, very top. As we're going to get ready here for our feature event, these drivers jumping out onto the racetrack. Shane says, I missed it. Crap. Shane, my boy, you did miss it. You did miss it, my boy. But hey, we got the late models right up next, my boy. We got the late models up next, so make sure you're ready for that one. Make sure you're ready for that one. You don't want to miss that one. Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson in the house. Mama Bear coming in with that heart reaction. Oh, my gosh. Just don't tip over in that one you're in. I know, right? That's the struggle. If I kind of lean a little bit too much this way, I'd probably go ass over tea kettle, and it would be a disaster because it's a disaster zone over there. There's cables and wires and everything's over there, so we don't want to fall. We don't want to fall that way. Definitely not. Definitely not. All right. Yo, Odellski coming in showing the love. John Fowler coming in with that love as well. What is good, John boy? What is good, Odell? What is good, fellas? As we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here, our main feature event about to get underway. Wesley Gwaltney in that Exiled Esports Premier Racing Setups number 81 ride is going to take us down to the green flag. The 77 of Warren Samoy to his outside is actually our leader as he fires first down at a corner number 4 as we are back to green flag racing. The green flag out in the air here, and quickly it's that Razor chassis.
Let's go.
Now's the Speed 3D Racing number 77 ride out in front. So Warren Samoy leads the way, but quickly you see that 63 ride hooked up and looking to try to get to the front as a little bit of contact. The 81 ride and Clifford Driscoll make a little bit of contact there as they take a look down low on our race leader as Warren Samoy leads lap number 1, and now we got a 4-horse race here at the front of the field as Sean Pointer out of nowhere has that 20P machine pointed in the right direction, and he's right here battling, looking to the outside of that 63 ride of Clifford Driscoll. Driscoll trying to drift up the racetrack ever so slightly. That's going to open up the door on the bottom side, and Sean Pointer is going to jump down low here. He's going to try to fill that hole down on the bottom side. Clifford's going to slide up and clear the 77 of Warren Samoy as we got a new race leader. Wesley Gwaltney out in front. Gwaltney leads the way here as now his teammate in that Premier Racing Setups number 20P ride right there in position number 2, but might not be for long as here comes Clifford Driscoll back down on the bottom side of the racetrack is a little bit of bumper tag there between the 81 and the 20P machine. Clifford down low as Warren Samoy right there in position number 4 and looking for more here as he gets a good run here, trying to get to the back bumper of Sean Pointer there in position number 3. Brian Wax with a great run in the B14 machine as he's up into position number 4 now as he looks down to the inside of Warren Samoy. Looks like he's going to make that pass and snag position number 4 away from the 77 ride. Joey Reeder, the Ancient Gaming FGR XL SWM number 011 right as Sean Pointer goes around here. Our first caution flag of the evening. Oh no. Sean Pointer is gonna go around. Do you do Facebook Pay through Messenger or just Stars? There's just Stars. I've never done Facebook Pay, so that's an interesting one, Susie. That's an interesting one. I do PayPal. I don't know if I've ever done Facebook Pay or not before. Honestly, I don't think I ever have. I don't even know if I didn't even know that was a thing. What do we got? We got PayPal. We can't do Cash App because that's an American thing. Yeah, other than that, it's Facebook Stars or Twitch Bits, as we have bits and subscribers over on Twitch, but all that stuff takes, you know, quite a while to get there and everything else. But we do have PayPal. That's like the only direct donation thing that we really have is PayPal, I think. PayPal or e-transfer, but you guys don't have e-transfer down there in the States. See, that's the hardest part about all of it. That's okay. I will figure something out. Okay. If anything, I mean, you could always, if you're trying to send a direct donation or anything, you could always send stuff to Ty or Bryce, and then they can send it to me, or send it to Papa Mike, and he can send it as well. that's what you're looking for, Susie. That's always an option for you. That's always an option for you. As we're going to take a quick look back here and see what happens to Sean Pointer before we get going back to green flag racing. We'll take a look here. The 20P machine in position number 3 here. Looks like Brian Wax just gets in there a little bit too deep. The car straightens out and just goes straight forward, unfortunately. Gets into that back bumper of the 20P machine of Sean Pointer, and just that little bit of a nudge just knocks that rear end flat, evens them out, kicks that car around, and a little bit of 180 there for Sean Pointer, pointing the wrong direction. As we're going to go back to green flag racing, it's the green flag back out into the air. Odelski! My boy Odell coming in with the 100-star dono as well, says exclamation mark only beards. Odell, we don't have much of a beard anymore, my boy. We got rid of it. I got rid of it. You know, I kind of want to keep it a little bit shorter for a little while. At least through probably the summertime. I mean, I might still do something funky with it. Who knows, you know, like a goatee or, you know, just a mustache again or something. But only hair, yeah, we have lots of hair. We got lots of hair. That one is definitely long. We'll have to figure something out for that. Is out in front, it's still Wesley Gwaltney, but right there beside him is that 63 machine of Clifford Driscoll, as Driscoll continues to try to find himself a way around the 81 ride. Wesley Gwaltney out in front, Clifford Driscoll right there in position number 2 as these guys continue to duke it out behind him, as Sean Pointer already starting to work himself up and through the field here. He's right there in position number 3. I was going to help you with your new chair fund. Don't want you to tip over. Oh my gosh, Susie! Mama Bear, much love, my girl. You don't have to if you don't want to. 100%. We got it. Papa Mike sent me some to help out as well. As we're definitely gonna be getting a new chairs. We don't want to tip over, and we want to make sure, you know, we're always comfy and ready to go. And you know, we want to start doing some big long streams and some community games. We need to figure out some games that we can get everybody in on too. You know, we need to get some games that everybody can jump in and play and have some fun with, and everything else. Is out in front, Wesley Gwaltney doing a great job here, continuing to hold off Clifford Driscoll, as Driscoll has been all over him here, and as they continue to battle at the front of the field, that 20P machine slowly but surely tracking them back in. So Sean Pointer looks like he's got a hot rod here once again tonight, as he's worked himself up into that 3rd position once again here. Warren Samoy side by side with the 011 ride of Joey Reeder, as Reeder right there to his inside, Warren to the outside though, and you see Brian Wax kind of stuck right there behind him, trying to figure out a way. Discord games? Yeah, we could try to figure out some Discord games or something, Odelski. We could definitely try to figure that out. We definitely need games that, you know, everybody can get in on, you know, whether you're on, you know, your cell phone or, you know, Xbox or PlayStation or a tablet or whatever, you know. I don't know what games are out there that are like that, but Discord games might be the way to go, because I think Discord, as long as you have it on any of those 3 things, except for PlayStation, I think is the only one that doesn't have Discord. But everyone has a cell phone, so I mean, definitely have that as an option. Wesley Gwaltney continues to lead the way. You see them battling side by side here for position number 2, as Clifford Driscoll trying to battle and stay to the outside here of that 20P machine of Sean Pointer. Sorry, I'm dying. I'm choking here a little bit. Or Jackbox. I have that. Oh, I don't know what Jackbox is. I've heard a few people talk about it, but I'm not 100% sure on what that actually is. Oh, the nectar of the gods. Wesley Gwaltney out in front, Clifford Driscoll now down to the bottom side here, as you see Sean Pointer and the 81 ride rolling the middle side of the racetrack. Not a lot of cars out here, so it's going to take quite a while for this racetrack to really slick off. I'm not sure if we're going to see it get to that very, very slick point that everybody's going to want to see. You know, everyone's going to want to see this racetrack be very, very slick, and see these guys have to travel around the racetrack. But I don't think with 8 cars on the track, we're going to see it get to that point, but these 3 in the front of the field continue to put on a great show and a great battle here for us. Warren Samoy solidly there in position number 4, then Joey Reeder in that 5th position. Brian Wax and Scott Schroyer right there in 6th and 7th position, with Craig Bristol in that 39 ride rounding out the top 8 cars here, as we're going to get another caution flag on the racetrack. Not sure what this one was for. Don't see any cars turned around. It looks like Wesley Gwaltney, our race leader, may have had some issues here. Gwaltney, Sean Pointer in the 63 ride, just kind of 3 wide, and unfortunately Clifford tries to jump up to the outside there of the 81 ride. Tries to get a big angle at the corner here. I think just unfortunately when he comes down the racetrack, or up the racetrack, it just tags that 81 ride. As you see, Clifford's going to come up the racetrack right there, and unfortunately just the front bumper is just that couple inches too long as it makes that contact with the left rear quarter panel of Gwaltney. That's going to spin Gwaltney around. Does a quick little 360. Doesn't look like too much damage or anything on that car. Keeps it rolling. Keeps on driving here. So a quick one, but an unfortunate break there as Clifford makes that little bit of contact. We see Craig Bristol down pit side. We see the 63 ride down pit side as well. So Craig and Clifford getting some work done to their rides, as that's going to forfeit the lead to the 20P machine of Sean Pointer. So Pointer now out in front. Warren Samoy in second. Joey Reeder there in position number 3. Brian Wax in position number 4. Scott Schroyer, Wesley Gwaltney back there in the 6th position. Clifford Driscoll back there in 7th. And Craig Bristol bringing up the rear of the field there in position number 8, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Sean Pointer out in front. The lights are turned back off the official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to set them loose once again at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. It is Knoxville Raceway here for the championship night of the Stars Motorsports iRacing League, presented by 3D Racing, as we're going to get ready to set them back loose. Sean Pointer, Warren Samoy on the front row here as the green flag back out into the air, and we're back to green flag racing here at Knoxville. Quickly, Sean Pointer putting the pedal to the metal here as he rolls up to the high side. Joey Reeder, his teammate, looking down low. Here's a pair of the Ancient Gaming rides there at the front of the field. You see Warren Samoy trying to work that high side as well, trying to stick right to the back bumper of the 20P machine, trying to stay in position number 2, but Joey Reeder getting a good run down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. We're going to see this big run out of the corner here for the 77. Warren Samoy in the 3D Racing ride is going to stay right there to his outside. A big slider by the B14 machine of Brian Wax. Wax threw it in there in corner number 3, somehow made it stick, clears the 81 ride of Wesley Gwaltney. Gwaltney's going to cross him back over and try to work back down to the inside here. Gwaltney trying to work himself back to the front of the field. So isn't Clifford Driscoll, as Driscoll back there in position number 6, has Scott Schroyer right there behind him, and one of his teammates there in that House of Speed, Norwood Sim Sports B14 machine right there in front of him. Now Clifford going to jump down to the bottom side of the racetrack. So isn't that 81 right of Wesley Gwaltney, but out in front and shot like a cannon here after that restart is that 20P ride of Sean Pointer. As Pointer continues to lead the way, we're going to jump into a quick PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we're going to crank it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we hit 9 more laps left to go. Here we go. You came for a show. Here you go. These drivers are about to go to battle here. It's out in front. It's still at number 20, P-Rider Sean Pointer, as Pointer continues to lead the way. Pointer out in front. Wesley Waltney in position number 2, as Waltney trying to track him down, but about 9/10, almost a second behind his teammate in that 20P machine. And Sean Pointer's been putting down some great lap times here. The next fastest car on the racetrack right now is that 63 ride of Clifford Driscoll, as Driscoll's worked himself back up into position number 3 here, but he's got a lot of ground to make up if he wants to catch our race leaders. Out in front, Sean Pointer, Wesley Waltney, Clifford Driscoll there in third. Go 63 from Sienna, Cliff's daughter. We love to see that. Cliff's daughter in the chat cheering on her dad there in the 63 machine, looking to try to pick up the championship. All he's got to do is finish this race, and he will be our champion. He's got a pair of his teammates right there behind him in the 3D racing rides, the B14 of Brian Wax and Warren Samoy. They've been basically side by side all evening long here, battling for that 4th and 5th position. Joey Reeder right there in position number 6. Scott Schroyer there in 7th, and Craig Bristol, unfortunately, back there bringing up the rear of the field. But out in front, it's all Sean Pointer, as Pointer continues to lead the way here down the front stretch, this time by the start-finish line. We're going to see 4 more laps left to go, so 4 more circuits here for that number 20P machine as he heads down the backstretch here, just past the old Sprint Car Hall of Fame area there, as he's going to head back down corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He's going to go back across the start-finish line here with 3 more laps left to go. So Sean Pointer looking to try to pick up yet again another checkered flag, but here comes that 63 rider Clifford Driscoll late in this one, finding an extra gear here. He's rolled in and caught the back bumper of the 81 ride. So Wesley Gwaltney now has some pressure right there on his back bumper for position number 2 here in the final race for these UMP Modifieds. Clifford trying to pick up the championship, but also trying to pick up 1 more position before the evening's done here. Warren Samoy and Brian Wax continue to battle for 4th and 5th position on the racetrack. Joey Reeder in 6th. Scott Schroyer, Craig Bristol rounded out the field as the white flag has been displayed. So 1 more time around here for the 20P machine of Sean Pointer. Pointer down the backstretch into corner number 3. Nice and easy down through corner number 4. He's going to hit the front straightaway, and it's going to be all Sean Pointer here in this one as the 20P ride gets it done and picks up the checkered flag here at Knoxville Raceway for the championship night of the Stars Motorsports UMP Modified Series, as he's going to park it down here in Victory Lane. A great run and a great drive out of that Premier Racing Setups FGR Excel SWM Agent Gaming 20P ride of Sean Pointer. His teammate right there behind him, the 81 rider Wesley Gwaltney, holding on to that 2nd position. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here to the 63 machine of Clifford Driscoll, as Driscoll is gonna pick up the 3rd place finish and the championship in this one. What a run, what a race right there. Clifford unfortunately got tied up in a couple incidences out there, but was able to work himself back inside of the top 3 here for a podium finish and picking up the championship. What a run and what a drive. Let's see those congratulations up in the chat, and let's see those checkered flags here for all these drivers, for Sean Pointer and everybody else having such great runs and great drives out there on the racetrack. Marking these 3 massive, beautifully looking rides down here on the front stretch, getting ready for their post-race interviews as our race winner, Sean Pointer, waiting patiently here. Wesley Gwaltney and our champion, the 63 rider Clifford Driscoll, right there in position number 3 as well. Woohoo, well earned, Clifford Driscoll. Congratulations, absolutely a very well earned championship there for that 63 ride, bringing that 3D racing team another championship And another solid, great run here once again tonight. And he had a pair of his teammates right there behind him, Brian Wax in 4th and Warren Samoy coming home in that 5th position. And we saw Joey Reeder, Scott Schroyer, and Craig Bristol rounding out the field here for this feature event as we're going to get ready to pull our race winner, Sean Pointer, up here for his post-race interview. Hey, Sean, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Not much, Sean, my boy. A great run, a great drive, and here you are parking that 20P machine back down on the front stretch here, back onto the flat surface, up onto the podium as you pick up yet again another checkered flag. Man, take us back through this race and, you know, all the lane changes, everything else, how this track was changing, and obviously had a couple very, very fast race cars there that you're battling with early. They come together, they kind of go around, gives you a little bit of breathing room there, but they were trying to hunt you down there in those closing laps. If, you know, Wesley Gwaltney, your teammate, right there behind you, and Clifford Driscoll right there all night long. The three of you guys put on a great show here for us in this one, man. Take us back through that race and how you got it done here tonight.
Yeah, it was a good race for the top 3, actually top 4 for the first 19 laps, I think it was. And then me and Brian Wax got involved in a little, not altercation, but an incident. He wasn't expecting me to check up so much because I was checking up for Driscoll throwing a slider, so I was just gonna cut on the berm and run the inside, but I guess I didn't get any contact, and neither did he, so I guess it was just net code. But it's all good. And then I got back up to Wesley and Clifford, and we were racing it out until they got contact with each other. I think it would have been a really good race if that didn't happen between the 3 of us.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of contact there as you guys were battling so hard, and then we saw the contact with you and Brian Wax. He was right there. We saw the contact between Clifford and Wesley, and, you know, we were waiting there for the end. We were waiting for that, you know, the late race caution flag. Was that going through your mind with, you know, 2 fast drivers right there behind you, that we got that late caution that, you know, you'd really have your hands full with those 2 right there behind you trying to catch you this whole race basically, and, you know, being right there back on your back bumper late in this one? Were you getting a little bit nervous there?
I mean, it's Knoxville, it's a little bit wider, but yeah, that we definitely had a late race caution. I think it would have been a really good race between us 3, like I said earlier, but just glad I got the job done and being able to park it up in the front stretch again.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, Sean, congrats on the race win. Congrats on a great season here. I know you missed a few nights, but definitely the nights that you were here, you put on a show and continuously keep putting this 20P ride down here in Victory Lane as another great finish here, another great run for you. Sean, who would you like to thank for such a great season and great finish here tonight?
Definitely Team Exiled. Those boys are, they keep me quick, and definitely Premier Racing Setups, AWG, Ancient World Gaming, Sim Rap Market, FGR Excel, Next Level Gaming, Bucked Up, and Design the Void.
Beauty. Well, Sean, congrats on the solid victory here once again tonight. Normally we'd say, you know, I'll see you next week, but unfortunately we're going to have a few weeks off here before the next season gets underway, and I'm sure we'll see you back out here on the racetrack, and I'm sure we'll see you before long back up here in the broadcast booth and down in Victory Lane again.
Yeah, I hope so. It's always good talking to you. So, you know, thanks for everyone watching. Thanks for the broadcast. It was fun.
Absolutely, my boy. Sean, congrats on another win. Congrats on another great season, and we look forward to seeing you back out on the racetrack.
Thank you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for the 20P machine of Sean Pointer as he picks up the checkered flag. Another great run and another great race there for that 20P machine as we're going to get ready to pull in our second place finisher here. Our second place finisher not only in this race but also in the championship battle as Gwaltney coming home here in P2 in that championship. We're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. Hey, Wesley, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yes, sir. How are we?
Not too bad, Wesley, my boy. Another good run, another great race. We saw you lead some laps. We saw that 81 ride was very, very fast out there. Unfortunately, a little bit of contact between you and Clifford kind of got you guys tied together. You go around, you get it back, point in the right direction. You work yourself back through the traffic there late in this race, and here you are parked up on the front stretch, still in position number 2. A great run and a great finish nonetheless, right behind your teammate. But
Let's
take
go!
us back through that incident and take us back through this race, and you think you might have been able to have this one without that contact?
Maybe. I mean, I was just taking it easy. It was early in the race. Biggest deal there, I got the lead. I got to the bottom. The bottom was still there in 3 and 4, and that's when I got by Clifford. I was just kind of in cruise control, wasn't really pushing the issue too much. I was going to wait for someone to kind of show me the line. And I know Clifford didn't mean to get into me there. I was trying to leave them room because I knew they were coming. They were much better in 1 and 2. I was better in 3 and 4. And I guess he just got my left rear a little bit, and I went around. So I just can't make things easy for myself in this league, I've learned. So I might as well have at least some challenge in there. But, I didn't have anything for Sean. I think if we'd stayed green originally, at least one of them would have got by me. But I think I could have figured out a way back around them because I was a little bit better in 3 and 4, and then 1 and 2 was pretty much just up on the top. But then once we got spread out, and Clifford and I finally got back through the field, there's nothing else you can do. So, second's not too shabby. Can't complain. Led some laps, had a fast car, and on to supers.
Absolutely, my boy. A great run, another great race here for you, and a great season all in all as you come home here in the second position here in the final UMP race of the season, and you come home in that second position as well for the championship. Man, take us back through this one. Who would you like to see, who would you like to thank for such a great run and great drive here, not only tonight, but all season long?
Of course, all my teammates over at Exiled. It was good to see Sean get the win tonight. Our biggest sponsor, Ancient World Gaming, they help us out a ton. FGR Excel, SimRap Market, Premier Racing Setups. Then Bucked Up is one of our big sponsors. Designed the Void, Next Level Gaming. They're a big sponsor as well. Big shout out to Joey Reeder there. He's always doing his darndest, and he's just the nicest dude out on the racetrack. And he's going to get him a win one of these days, and I can't wait for it. And then All Out Sim Graphics keeps me looking good. I really would have liked to seen a little bit better chance to race it out with Clifford, but luck was not my friend in the series. So I think I'll settle for second in the points. It was pretty tough, even though we didn't have a big field there. It was pretty tough each and every week. So we'll move on to the next one, see if we can win the Super Championship and try to hold on to that one. And then whatever Stars does going forward, big shout out to Rick and Scott for putting this together and you for broadcasting it all season long, and on to the next.
Absolutely, my boy. A great season and a great run here, and definitely going to be looking forward to hopefully putting on another season or get something else going where we see you back out onto the racetrack. And we got one more race left. We got the Supers up next, and Scott was just giving me the heads up here that you got a 21-point lead going into the final night here for the Super Late Model. So basically all you got to do is finish the race as long as we don't for some reason have 19 cars show up.
Well, I'd like to see a good car count show up. Based on how it ran last time we were here the very first time, I got KO'd in some other people's mess early on in the race. So I think I even finished 19th. So, there's always a chance if everybody shows up and it goes like it did last time. Like I said, luck hasn't been on my side. So you never know what will happen. He's been good all season. So we'll just we'll see what fate has in store for us.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, we look forward to seeing it. We look forward to seeing you back out onto the racetrack. Wesley, congrats on the second place run here in the UMP Modifieds, and congrats on the runner-up finish here in the championship battle for the UMPs as well.
Thank you, buddy.
Beauty. Wesley, good luck. Have fun out there, and hopefully we'll talk to you back up here in the broadcast booth before the end of the night.
Hope so. See ya.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher there, Wesley Gwaltney. Not feeling very optimistic about his odds in the Super Late Models, but I feel like his odds are probably pretty good. I don't know if we're gonna have 19 cars show up. I would be pretty excited if we did have 19 cars show up, but man, that'd be pretty crazy. Yo, Tony Whipperman coming in with the like on the stream as well. What is good, Whippersnapper? How are you, my boy? How are you, Tony? How you doing tonight? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment you've been waiting for here. Our third place finisher in the race, but the first place finisher here in the championship, it is the 63 machine of Clifford Driscoll. As Clifford picks up the championship here, we're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. Hey Clifford, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Clifford, my boy, what a run, what a drive, man. A solid third place finish in this one, but you had one goal in mind here in this evening, and that's just finish the race, and you got it done, still coming home in third, and you pick up the championship here in the Stars Motorsports UMP Modified Series presented by 3D Racing. Clifford, how does it feel, man, to be crowned the champion here with so many great, talented drivers out there each and every week battling side by side with you, trying to figure out a way to keep you at bay and keep you behind them as you're able to pick up a few checkered flags and have some great, solid top three finishes and being able to pick up that championship over, drivers like Sean Pointer and Gwaltney, Brian Wax, Warren Samoy. There's some very fast drivers out there in this one.
Yeah, it feels great. I had one goal in mind tonight, and that was to win the race. I felt like we were in a pretty good spot there with the title, and I caught myself racing Wes kind of hard right there, and I messed up and got into him going into 3 over there. And so, first off, I'd like to apologize to him, but everything went right as far as getting up here back to the podium, and I got to thank the guys over at 3D and making me as good a driver as I am right now, because I don't get a lot of laps every week. So, racing good guys and the people in this league that Scott Schroer's put together, it's a good place to kind of hone in on some skills and try and get a little bit better, given the small amount of time I do have.
Absolutely, man. That seat time is oh so important. So hopefully, we'll see you back out onto the racetrack, running more laps, everything else, and see you maybe getting your own setup, and maybe see you out there in the other classes as well, as we're always looking for more drivers for all these great shows and everything else. And I'm sure Scott would love to see battle with you in his own rights, right? I'm sure Scott would love to be out there trying to battle side by side with you out there on the racetrack. But man, Clifford, a great run, a great season, and yet again another great championship here for the 3D Racing crew. Who would you like to thank here for not only a great run here tonight, but such a great run, race after race after race here all season long?
Well, a big shout out goes to House of Speed Setups. Like I said, I don't get a lot of laps here, so they provide a good setup I can make small adjustments to that fit my driving style, and I feel like I'm instantly competitive. Got to thank the guys over at 3D for the practice laps I do get in. Quality drivers makes you better. I got to thank One Shot Scrap, Westside Signs, J&P Home Inspections, Justin Norwood Sim Sports, and I got to thank you for putting these things on. It's nice to talk to you at the end of some of these.
Absolutely, my boy. It's always nice to talk to you up here in the broadcast booth, and it's always shows that you have yourself a great run and a great night when you get the opportunity to as well. And we've been talking here, almost every Wednesday night here in these UMP Modifieds, and it shows as you pick up the championship. So, Clifford, congrats on the championship. Congrats on another great third-place run here tonight after, a little bit of a back-and-forth evening. We saw you battle in there with Wesley and Sean pretty much all evening long. You guys were the class of the field here in this one. You had a lot of fast cars right there behind you, but you three basically stood out all race long. Saw that little bit of a contact there. Then we saw you and Wesley battle back through the field, and there at the end you were making some great speed, and you caught back up to Wesley, and you were all over his back bumper. Just didn't have enough time to get up on top of the wheel, get around him, and then hunt down Sean Pointer for the race win here tonight. But can't be too upset with the third place finish in the championship.
No, absolutely not. It was a great night. Wish I hadn't run into the back of Wes there in turn 3. I think the three of us were going to have one hell of a race there, but coming from the back, I just didn't want to get into anybody else. Kind of bided my time and just make sure we had a clean finish to the race.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, Clifford, congrats on a great run. Congrats on the championship, my boy. Hopefully we'll get something going here again. Hopefully we'll see you back out onto the racetrack very soon, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth before long.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our champion here with the UMP Modifieds for the Stars Motorsports, presented by 3D Racing. iRacing League here is that 63 ride is going to pick up the championship, and he's going to pull it down pit side here as he picks up the championship. He's going to take that car home and the trophy here, the big trophy, not the small trophy like Sean got. He got the big trophy for picking up the championship, as we're going to call this race right there. As, man, what a show, what a race, what a run. We're going to get ready to do it all over again, not with the UMP Modifieds, but with the super late models, as the show isn't done yet. These guys are going to get ready to jump right in here, as waiting a few seconds as registration is just about to get underway here. We're going to get ready to get these drivers out onto the racetrack in just a little bit. It's currently unavailable, but that means iRacing is trying to make it. They're trying to make it. They're trying to get it going. Why is this guy so freaking sexy? Oh my God, Legacy! Leg, you're gonna talk to me like that? You're gonna make me all hot and bothered, my boy. Come on now, son. Don't be saying sexy things like that, man. You're gonna make me blush, Leg. You're gonna make me blush, my boy. Come on now, son. Man, what a show, though. If you guys enjoyed that UMP modified race, if you guys want to see more racing action, make sure you don't go anywhere, as the super late model is going to come right up here, as we're going to get right into the racing action right here, right now, back at Knoxville Raceway. These super late models are going to put on a heck of a show. We're going to have even more drivers show up, and it's going to be a heck of a time. It's going to be a great time, and these guys are going to put on one wicked show for us. I already see Shane Yates, who unfortunately missed that UMP modified race, but he's already in here ready to go for this super late model race. And see Scott Schroyer out there as well. You see Henry Jones and Brian Wax jumping out. So we're going to see a few new drivers out there ready to duke it out and battle it out here in this one, as we're going to get ready for our next race. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button if you're watching on Twitch or Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, as we continue to build everywhere and anywhere. We continue to just keep on going through the motions. And if you guys haven't already, if you're watching on one or the other, make sure you check us out on the other channels, as sometimes we'll do, exclusive broadcasts only over on Facebook, or exclusively over on Twitch, or exclusively over on YouTube. We're kind of all over the place, so make sure you definitely go over and show the love at all the channels, and that way you never miss any of the action that happens. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free over on Twitch as well. There's the Twitch Prime, I think is what it's called. Something like that. You can subscribe to a channel for free if you have Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime and you're not subscribed to anyone over on Twitch, look up PeaceMaker Gaming and come and find me. We're live right now, and we sauce your boy a little free subby sub. A little free subby sub. Like, you don't have to do that. You never have to do that. Come on now, Aaron. All right, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose, they're going to get their warm-up session in, as Scott Schroyer already out onto the racetrack here, putting in the work here. As we're going to kind of go through the settings here a little bit. We're going to quickly turn the brightness up just a touch. Contrast down, gamma down, brightness back up a little bit. There we go. Makes it a little bit nicer there for you guys to see the cars and everything else, and the suspensions kind of rolling and tilting and everything else out there on the racetrack, and makes it that much better looking, And that's what it's all about. It's about putting on a great show for all the fans in the stands and everything else. Scott says Gwolny 130 points, Dobbs with 109, and Pointer with 104 in the supers. Okay, so Scott and Sean Pointer are very tight for points there. That second and third position in the points, so we'll have to keep an eye on those two throughout this one. Pointer's gonna have to try to make up 5 points to be able to knock Scott Dobbs out of position number 2. Scott, is there points for heat races? I don't know if there's points for heat races or not, because that would make things a little bit more interesting for the heat race action, as well. As we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in just a little bit. We're going to get a little break in ourselves here, as we're going to get ready for the show. These drivers are going to jump out onto the racetrack. They're going to get their quick warm-up session in here. So they're going to make sure their cars are handling good, making sure that they're ready to rock and roll here when this green flag flies. And we're going to be ready, as well, as we're going to get a quick break in, and we're going to get ready to put on a show here for you. So don't go anywhere. Cheer on your favorite driver. Let them know you're watching. Let them know that you're cheering them on. Jump up into the up into the chat. Let them know here. Let them know, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go!
Matthew, my boy, we still got more racing left to go, homie. We still got more racing, my boy. You missed the UMP modifieds, but we got the we got the super late models up next, my boy. We got the super late models right up next.
Let's go!
We're not done yet, my boy. We're not done yet. Not even close. Woo. You missed the UMPs, unfortunately. You missed the UMPs, my boy.
Let's go! Let's go!
Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. Heat race number 1 about to get underway here from Knoxville Raceway with the super late models lining up here down pit side. We're going to get ready here for our starting lineup. Heat race number 1 is going to line up with the 11 ride, the Premier Racing Setups. Number 11 machine, that is Shane Yates. To his outside in the 29 ride is the 3D Racing machine, that is Scott Dobbs. Starting in position number 3 in the 39 ride, that is Craig Bristol. And to his outside in the 57 ride, that is Scott Schroyer. Starting at the back of the pack in the 81 machine, that is the Premier Racing Setups FGR All-Out Graphics SWM number 81 of Wesley Gwaltney.
Let's go!
As we're going to get ready to set these drivers up, we're going to get ready to set them loose here. Huge shout-outs here. Blaine, Mr. Grass coming in showing the love. What's good, Blainer? Blaine coming in showing the love. Brian Wax says, hello, fellas. What is good, Brian? How are you, my boy? Brian Wax coming in with the like on the stream. Shane Yates with that like and the share as well. Matthew Glenn coming in smashing that like on the stream. Bluegrass coming in with that like as well. Woo! Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to get ready to set them loose here. Shane Yates, Scott Dobbs, 1 and 2. Scott Schroyer, Wesley Gwaltney right there in 3rd and 4th. In the 39 rider, Craig Bristol going to take that EOL and start at the back of the pack. Here is that iRacing iFlag, number 39 ride. They're in position number 5. And that's Schaefer's Racing Oil. Hold my beer, number 39 ride, starting at the back of the pack. 10
Let's
cars
go.
in all. Yeah, definitely probably about 10 cars there, Matthew. Unfortunately, lower car counts here for this series, but that doesn't stop the racing action as we are green flag racing here in this one. Quickly, Shane Yates putting the pedal to the metal as they beat and bang side by side down the front stretch. Out in front, it's all the 11 ride of Shane Yates as Scott Dobbs got bounced around a little bit there off the inside door panel of that 81 ride of Wesley Gwaltney. Gets a big run still, though, and jumps back into position number 2, but Shane Yates absolutely shot out of a cannon here as he's out in front and continuing to pull away from the rest of the field. Yo, what is good, Mr. Pruitt? Skylar Pruitt coming in showing the love. What is good, Skylar? Blaine coming in with that like on the stream as well. Skylar with that like as well. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. What is good, Mr. Pruitt? How are you, my boy? How are you, homie? Good to see you as always. Up in the chat showing the love as Shane Yates continues to lead the way. Scott Dobbs right there in position number 2. Scott trying to pick up the 2nd place in the championship here tonight in this one. He's going to have a tight battle, though. Only 5 points separates our 2nd and 3rd place finishers in the point standings right now. Scott Dobbs in that 2nd position has a 5-point advantage over the 20P machine of Sean Pointer. Sean Pointer in position number 3. But right now in this heat race, Wesley Gwaltney right there in that 3rd position, looking to have another good run here in that 81 ride. He came home in that 2nd position in the UMP Modifieds, and here he is in position number 3, trying to figure a way up and around that 29 ride of Scott Dobbs, as Dobbs and Wesley Gwaltney continue to try to track down this 11 ride of Shane Yates, as Yates continues to pull away out to a 1.7 second lead here over Dobbs and Gwaltney. Scott Schroyer back there in position number 4, looking for more there, and Craig Bristol bringing up the rear of the field back there in that 5th position. Heat race number 1, we're going to see the white flag fly here one more time around for heat race number 1. Shane Yates down the backstretch here, a 1.5 second advantage. No one close to his back bumper as he heads down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's all Shane Yates here in heat race number 1. Scott Dobbs in 2nd, Wesley Gwaltney coming home in 3rd, Scott Schroyer there in 4th, and Craig Bristol rounding out our top 5 as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 about to get underway. You guys are just tuning in, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, hit that sub button as we continue to grow everywhere and anywhere live, currently on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We continue to pop off here as we're going to get ready for heat race number 2. As heat race number 2 loaded into the sim here for our Skylar coming in over on YouTube as well with the hey yo, coming in showing the love over on YouTube. What's good, Skylar? Skylar's showing the love everywhere. Holy moly. Skylar's everywhere tonight, Chad. He's everywhere. He's everywhere and nowhere and everywhere all at the same time. As we're going to get ready here for heat race number 2, starting on the pole here in the 36 machine. It is the Evil One Graphics DWR number 36 of John Monkern? John, I probably murdered your last name, my boy. Monkern, I do believe. John Monkern there in the top spot. To his outside of the 3D Racing. House of Speed, Norwood Sim Sports. Number 77 ride, that is Warren Samoy starting in position number 3 in the 011. That is Joey Reeder in that FGR Excel Premier Racing Setups SWM number 011 ride there in 3rd. To his outside in the 25 machine. That is the 25 ride of Henry Jones, and rounding out the rear of the field in the 3D Racing House of Speed B14 machine, that is Brian Wax. 5 more drivers here in this one as the green flag quickly out into the air as the Evil One Graphics number 36 ride quickly gonna jump up and clear the 77 of Warren Samoy. Warren gonna try to battle back strong there up on the high side here as he goes way up the racetrack here and down through the middle side. Looking underneath of him is that 011 of Joey Reeder as they go side by side down into corner number 1 here as the 36 ride of John Monkern leads lap number 1 as that Dirt Warrior Racing ride out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done. Brian Wax right there in position number 4 and looking for more here. He's able to work himself up and around that 25 ride of Henry Jones, the Hammer. That's what it says there on the side of the ride. The Hammer right there. Hammer in position number 5 as of right now as John Monkern there in the top spot continues to try to pull away from the field here, but Warren Samoy holding on strong here in position number 2. Warren looking very, very good, very hooked up here in these super late models as he's right on that back bumper of the 36 ride, trying to find a groove, trying to find a way up and around our race leader. As the laps continue to click off, lap by lap by lap, we're getting closer and closer to the end of this one, and unfortunately, this is going to be the final heat race of the Stars Motorsports iRacing series. The season almost coming to an end here. This is the final heat race of the series here. We'll have to wait for the next one to get fired up here which I'm not sure when that's going to be, but hopefully it won't be too far out there, as we love to see these guys out on the racetrack, and we know they all love to be out here as well. As a little bit of contact, here comes Brian Wax. Wax with a big slide job right there, 3 wide at the front of the field here. Bouncing around, pouring some weight down through the middle as Joey Reeder down low. Brian Wax up on the high side. It's a little bit of contact. John Mokerin unfortunately gets a little bit of contact. Our race leader gets a little bit of a bump there from the 77 to Warren Samoy. They get super loose, and then quickly Joey Reeder and Brian Wax were able to throw their rides into the mix. And here we go. We got 2 new cars out in front. Brian Wax getting a little bit sideways up there on the high side as he's got his 77 ride teammate right behind him as the checkered flag flies. Joey Reeder is going to pick up heat race win number 2. What a run and what a wild finish right there as Brian Wax coming home in second. 77 rider Warren Samoy coming home there in third. John Mokerin there in position number 4. And bringing up the rear of the field was that 25 ride of Henry Jones, as these drivers are going to jump back out onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session. That's racing right there. Let's go. That is racing. Absolutely, Matthew. That's up on the wheel, ready to pounce, ready to slide around, ready to throw their cars in there. And, you know, that one little mistake, that one little bumper, whatever, unfortunately, is going to open up the door, and there's going to be somebody there, especially, you know, not with a lot of cars out there, but a lot of very talented racers in this field, and they're going to fill those gaps. They're going to fill those holes in a quick hurry. They're going to put their cars in position to be able to make those moves. And right there, Brian Wax with a big slider was able to jump up and take the lead away for a little bit. Unfortunately, wasn't able to hold on to it, but was able to stay right there in position number 2, still advancing a couple spots from where he was sitting before that contact was made. And an unfortunate break there for Warren Samoy and John Mokerin as they both slide back a couple spots. Drivers like that, this main should be fire. How many laps is the main? I do believe these boys run a 40 lap feature event. 40-lap feature event. You missed out, Matthew, on the UMP modifieds. For the most part, the UMPs were basically the exact same way, my boy. It was a lot of just good side-by-side battles. You know, a little bit of 2 wide, 3 wide. We saw some sliders. And then late in it, we saw a little bit of contact between second and third. They had to go to the back of the pack. They were able to work their way back through the field, and they were able to jump back up into that second and third position before the end of the evening, but they weren't able to catch our race winner, which was the 20P ride of Sean Pointer. And no Sean Pointer out there in this one, so that's a tough break for those guys. I do believe earlier on, yeah, Gwaltney. So in this one, Wesley Gwaltney has a 130 points for the series. Scott Dobbs in the 29 ride is at 109. So Wesley Gwaltney has a 21-point lead into this final championship race, and then Pointer had 104. And unfortunately, no Sean Pointer out here on the racetrack for this one. So looks like Wesley Gwaltney, as long as he can finish this race, will be our series champion, and Scott Dobbs should be coming home in position number 2 with that second spot here in the championship. So those two almost already settled. Wesley, I don't think, even has to really finish this race. I do believe it's only 1 point per position. So I do believe he is going to get, that's what replay is for. Exactly, my boy. Replay is always there. You can always go back and rewatch the races and everything else, and miss any of the action. You know, you can always go back and rewatch it, and that's why we keep all of our VODs up, so everyone can go back and, you know, relive them, enjoy them once again, and everything else. So that's why we do it. You know, that's why we do it. We're always thinking ahead. We're always thinking about people. You know, we're always thinking about the people. You know. It's never not about the people. That's what it's all about. It's always about the people. As we've been pumping out content, man. We've been pumping out a ton of content lately. Not as much iRacing as like we would like, but nonetheless, we've been pumping out a ton of Fortnite and a ton of other games, and we're going to start getting into even more games here and there, and just continue to keep pumping out the content, more and more and more and more, and that's exactly what we want to do. I don't know if anyone in the chat, watches or plays Diablo. I know a couple of the boys, they were talking about getting Diablo 4. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. It's like $90, and I don't know how many games I've bought, and, that'd be $30 or $40 games or $90 games, and then just never really played. Like Battlefield, we played yesterday for the first time. It's almost been a year. I paid $100, pre-ordered it, and it wasn't even downloaded onto my PC until yesterday. So it's like, do I want to buy another game where it's going to be like that, where I might play for, an hour or two and then get bored of it and never play it again, or if I'm going to, just get another game and, play it for a week, maybe 2, and then never play it again, or get it and never play it for 7, 8, 9 months, and then maybe try it out and not like it, or no one's playing it, so gonna go to something else. I don't know. It's a struggle. It's a struggle of being a content creator. Yes, sir. Try to show the love when I can. Yes, I know you do, my boy. I know you do, Matthew. You're always coming in, showing the love. Any kind of engagement, the likes, the comments, the shares, man, all of it pumps out and pumps out and pumps out. The life of a gamer, my guy. Exactly. The life of a gamer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready here for our main feature event. Starting on the pole in the B14, that is Brian Wax to his outside. His 3D Racing teammate in the House of Speed, Norwood Sim Sports. 3D Racing ride, that is the 29 rider Scott Dobbs to his outside. We see the 0-11 of Joey Reeder and the 11 rider Shane Yates there in 3rd and 4th. And we see Warren Samoy, Wesley Waltney there in 5th and 6th. Henry Jones, John Mokerin, Craig Bristol, and Scott Schroyer bringing up the rear of the field as we're going to go back to green flag racing here, as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. Quickly, side by side down the backstretch. It's the B14 down to the inside. The 29 rider Scott Dobbs up through the middle here. Dobbs looking for a big run. He's going to clear the B14 down the front straightaway, and Dobbs is going to lead lap number 1. So Scott Dobbs out in front. Brian Wax right there in position number 2 as the fireworks continue to blast off here around Knoxville Raceway. They've given us a heck of a show, and here you go as these two look to continue to duke it out. Brian Wax and Scott Dobbs. A couple of those 3D racing rides, almost identical looking paint schemes out there on the racetrack, duking it out here for the top spot in this one. Wesley Gwaltney down on the bottom side, hooking that inside berm here in that Premier Racing setups number 81 ride, making some ground early on as he looks down to the inside here of Brian Wax for position number 2, as Gwaltney's been able to make some early moves here. Has Shane Yates right there behind him as Brian Wax goes way up the racetrack there in corner number 3, gets a big run, but unfortunately he's going to give up 2 positions. As Wesley Gwaltney and Shane Yates are able to jump up and fill that hole, and they're going to take 2nd and 3rd away from that B14 machine. So move Brian Wax to position number 4. Joey Reeder right there in that 5th position as Reeder trying to be the leader here in position number 5 as he's got the 36 ride, that DWR Evil One Graphics number 36. John Mokerin there in position number 7 as he's got the 77 of Warren Samoy up to his outside, trying to take that 6th position as they reel in the 0-11 ride of Joey Reeder. We got a battle at the front of the field here as the 29 ride of Scott Dobbs. His lead starting to evaporate a little bit more and a little bit more as here comes the 81 rider Wesley Gwaltney, still working that bottom side through 3 and 4, gets a good run, almost pulls up door to door with the 29 ride. Scott Dobbs still being scored our race leader, but that 81 ride has found something down low, almost a little bit of contact there as we're going to see the caution flag fly here in this one. Our first caution flag of the evening. We'll take a look back and see what happens as it looks like Henry Jones and Craig Bristol having some issues here as Henry's going to send it in and just that rear end's just going to step out and go around. Unfortunately does a 180, nowhere to go there for the 39 ride of Craig Bristol as he drives right into him there. We'll jump right on board here with the 39 rider Craig Bristol. As you can see, See a whole lot there, but bam, there's that car spun around right in front of him. Unfortunate break there for a couple very fast race cars. Deep in this one, trying to work themselves forward and right through the slick stuff, and that rear end just kicks out. Craig Bristol couldn't get that car wound up in time, tries to get around him, just unfortunately makes some pretty hard contact right there. Hopefully not too much damage to that 39 ride, as we do see him down pit side. Gotten some work done to that car, and he's headed back out onto the racetrack. So good to see him back out there, as we'll get him stacked back up, re-racked, and ready to go back to battle here, as Scott Dobbs out in front. Wesley Gwaltney in position number 2. Shane Yates right there in position number 3, with Brian Wax in 4th. Joey Reeder in position number 5 in the Ancient Gaming FGR Excel number 11 ride. They're in 5th. Warren Samoy in the 3D Racing ride. They're in 6th. John Mokern, they're in 7th. Scott Schroyer, Henry Smith, and Craig Bristol rounding out the rear of the field as we're going to get ready to get back to green flag racing. Nowhere to go on that for sure. Absolutely, my boy. Absolutely. Nowhere to go, unfortunately. Just right in that driving line. Sent it in there. Just couldn't, unfortunately, get out of, couldn't navigate around that 25 ride, unfortunately, there in the middle of corner number 1 and 2, as we got him stacked back up, re-racked, and ready to go back to green flag racing. The paint truck going to make that hard left-hand turn back down pit side as the green flag back out into the air here for the 29 ride, as Scott Dobbs stops with a great restart, quickly putting that pedal to the metal, tried to hold it down on the bottom side, slides up the racetrack there. He's able to get a good run still, though, down out of the corner number 2, and he's going to hold about a car length or 2 lead over that 81 ride, but here comes that bucked up Premier Racing Setups number 81 machine, as, man, he is absolutely hooked up and sitting very pretty down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. That 81 ride of Wesley Gwaltney looking very fast down low. Really getting that car to stick down on the bottom of the racetrack. Still a lot of tackiness, a lot of good dirt down there, and he's really making it work here, sticking that front nose right into that berm and continuing to rotate the corner very, very good here, and he's actually going to take the lead down the backstretch. So move Scott Dobbs back to position number 2, as we got a new race leader here. It's all Wesley Gwaltney in this one, as Gwaltney jumps up and takes the lead away. Scott Dobbs back to position number 2. Your lap counter is jacked up again. Oh, no. Not the lap counter, brah. It was working so good all evening long. All evening long, it was working so good. It was working oh so good all evening long, and hell, right there, right then. That's when it had to mess up. That's when it had to mess up, was right there. We got her fixed up, though. Didn't take much right there. We got her back to working conditions. That's out in front. Wesley Gwaltney, Scott Dobbs back into second. Shane Yates right there in position number 3. Brian Wax in position number 4, and looking for more here, as Wax has been trying to hang on here and not falling behind too far, as he was our pole sitter, unfortunately back into that 4th position, but looking very, very good right now, sitting in that 4th spot, keeping his teammate Warren Samoy at bay. These two were side by side pretty much all of that UMP modified racing. Here they are duking it out again in this one, as Warren trying to catch back up that B14 ride and battle side by side with him. 0-11 ride of Joey Reeder right there in the 6th position. Scott Schroyer there in that 7th spot. John Monkern there in position number 7, trying to work that high side here to get around the 57 ride of Scott Schroyer as they continue to duke it out. The 25 ride of Henry Jones is right there with him. The 25 ride pointing in the right direction here, as the 36 is going to jump down to the bottom side here, trying to make a move down to the inside of the 57 machine. Scott Schroyer up to the high side now with that 36 down low. You can see a couple good lanes out here as the 39 of Craig Bristol, unfortunately, bringing up the rear of the field here. Some heavy damage still to the front end of that ride, and a tough break there for the 39 machine. That's out in front. It's still Wesley Gwaltney as Gwaltney continues to lead the way. We're going to jump into a quick PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. So ladies and gentlemen, crank up that volume. Cheer on your favorite driver. Let us know who you want to see down here in Victory Lane as we're going to jump into a PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. Don't jinx us, Matthew. Don't jinx us, my boy. as the laps continue to click down, this time by 6 more laps left to go here for Wesley Gwaltney as Gwaltney continues to lead the way. Scott Dobbs right there in position number 2. Shane Yates right there in 3rd. Brian Wax a little bit farther back there in position number 4. Joey Reeder there in 5th. It's been a great battle here between these guys. Warren Samoy right there in the middle of it in that 6th position. Scott Schroyer there in 7th. Henry Jones in that 8th position. John Monkern there in position number 9. And Craig Bristol bringing up the rear of the field there in the 10th position as Wesley Gwaltney, our race leader, with a 1.4 second lead over Scott Dobbs. As Dobbs trying to hunt him down. Wesley Gwaltney, though, trying to pick up yet again another checkered flag in the championship here on the evening. That 81 ride has been looking oh so good all race long, all evening long. This ride has been pointed towards the front of the field. You can see that left front getting hung out up into the air here. He says, you know what, we only need 3 wheels on the ground to get it done here as he goes across the start-finish line. 2 more laps left to go. More laps here for Wesley Gwaltney as he heads down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4 here. We're going to see the white flag fly one more time around here for the Stars Motorsports iRacing Series presented by 3D Racing Championship night here as Wesley Gwaltney heads down through corner number 3, a second and a bit over Scott Dobbs, down at a corner number 4. He's gonna pick up the checkered flag and the championship here in this one. Give it up for Wesley Gwaltney as he's gonna park this 81 ride down in victory lane, not only picking up the trophy for winning here at Knoxville Raceway, but for picking up the championship here with the Stars Motorsports iRacing Series, as here he is pulling up into the victory lane here up on the front stretch of Knoxville Raceway. Wesley Gwaltney, our series champion and our race winner. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up here for that 81 ride as he's able to get it done. You see Scott Dobbs, our 2nd place finisher here of the race and of the points championship, there in position number 2. And Shane Yates in the Premier Racing Setups number 11 ride coming home in position number 3 in this one. What a run, what a race, what a drive right here by Wesley Gwaltney as he's able to pick up not only the checkered flag, but also picking up the championship here. What a run and what a drive there. We're going to move this up and out of the way somewhere here. I don't know where, but no. Sure. There we go. Yeah, kind of up and out of the way a little bit more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see those checkered flags fly here for that number 81 ride as he picks up the checkered flag and picks up the championship in this one. What a run and what a race here for Wesley Gwaltney as he gets it done in this one. What a race, what a drive, what a performance out there by all these drivers, putting on a heck of a show here for us. Mr. Glenn coming in with the checkered flags. Lonnie Gear coming in with the like and the shares as well. What is good, Lonnie, coming in showing the love as we're going to jump up into the broadcast booth here. We're going to pull in our race winner and our champion here, the 81 rider Wesley Gwaltney, up into the booth here for his post-race interview. Hey, Wesley, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir. How are we?
Not too bad. Wesley, my boy, well, you know, you sound pretty optimistic when we talked there with the UMP Modified. You know, after that feature event, you know, you kind of sounded like you were, you know, kind of in, you know, a little bit of disbelief that you didn't think you were going to be able to pick up the checkered flag, that you were going to be able to pick up the championship. You figured that your bad luck would continue and you'd be giving this one up, but not tonight, man. You parked this 81 ride back up here in victory lane, not only picking up the trophy here for the race win, but also picking up that trophy for being the series champion. Wesley, take us back through this one. How did you get it done? And take us through all the emotions you're feeling right now, picking up not only the victory, but the championship as well.
It's a really cool deal to win both of them. You know, the championship, I mean, this is a really good group of guys, really tough group of racers, and we may not, like I said before, we may not have a bunch of numbers, but it's a tough night each and every night out. But I'll admit, I know how my luck has been this whole season, in UMPs and in Super, so I was trying to keep a pretty level head in that note of it's pretty likely I was going to get caught up in a wreck, and I got in the Dobbs there in the heat race. I didn't like that, so I'll let him by, and then we get to the feature there, and I knew the bottom was still kind of there, and I know there at the beginning on the initial start or restarts, everybody gets super bunched up. So I was like, I'm just gonna roll this bottom and see where I end up. And then 3 and 4 was just absolutely beautiful on the bottom, so I got lucky. And Dobbs raced me real clean. He chose the top on the restart, which I was really hoping he would, in all honesty, and kind of gave me the preferred line. Then I just had to hit my marks, and if I drove it in hard enough and used the berm to turn my car in 3 and 4, she just stuck like a son of a gun. So it was just really good there. And then he started catching me again. I was looking at relative, and I was like, well, what is he doing to catch me? And I tried running the bottom all the way around. I tried some slider line. I tried mixing the slider in 1 and 2 and a bottom in 3 and 4, and none of them were allowing me to pull away. And I'm like, oh, well, that means he's on the top. So I put her on the top and let her rip. And the setup absolutely loves that. It's just toting the left front the whole time, and I think I was able to build up a pretty good gap. So overall, really happy with the race car. Really happy with how the setup played out. I feel like I made the right choices when I needed to. It was a good race. Congrats to Dobbs on second and Yates on third.
Absolutely, my boy. A great run, a great race. We saw you hanging that left front up in the air there, going around the racetrack up on the high side. But, man, you talked about how this car was hooked up and rolling the bottom of the racetrack early on in this one. You looked so smooth down there, just hanging it down the bottom side. You're able to drive it in just as deep, and if not even a little deeper than the guys that were running the middle side of the racetrack. And you were gaining a lot of ground on them and rolling that bottom side absolutely perfectly. You passed a lot of cars down there, able to get the lead there, and from that point on, it didn't really look like anyone was catching you all too quick there. Scott was able to gain a little bit here and there on you, but other than that, you continued to grow that gap and that difference between the two of you there, lap after lap after lap, and here you are parked up in victory lane and picking up the championship. Man, what a run, what a race. Who would you like to thank for such a strong performance and great run out there on the racetrack?
I got to thank my boys over at Exiled Esports first off. My boy Joey Reeder there running with me. He's such a positive dude, and I want to dedicate this championship to him. If it wasn't for his keeping me pretty level headed, he's kept me calm through a lot of it. When I had all that bad luck, he said, hey, just keep plugging away at it. And that's what we do. And then I got lucky in that note and able to pick up the championship. So a big shout out to him and all my boys over at Exiled. And Ancient World Gaming, our biggest sponsor. Appreciate everything that they do. And then Premier Racing Setup, SimRap Market, Next Level Gaming, Bucked Up, FGR Excel, Design the Void. And then All Out Sim Graphics, Cody Connor keeps me looking really good. The whole fleet of cars look really fantastic. We got them all matching now. And congrats to Dobbs on second. I think second in the championship there too. It was fun all season long. Wish Gibbs would have got to run a little bit more there. Me and him were battling out for the championship a couple weeks ago, and then he's missed a couple weeks. So miss him kind of running the night. And I really want to, if people are seeing this, I want to invite them out to run this league, no matter what level you are. If you're just kind of getting going, this is a really good group of guys to try to help you a little bit. Yes, we do get a little aggressive. We're all racing out there, but we really want to grow this league. It's a good deal that Scott and Rick put on, and we appreciate them for putting it on, for you to broadcast in it, and just a solid night. Really, really happy with how everything played out, and luck finally a little bit on my side.
Absolutely, man. Luck was definitely a little bit more on your side here tonight, but I really wouldn't call it too much luck, as that was just a lot of skill and absolute wheelman out there on the racetrack. Wesley, congrats on the victory here in this one, and congrats on the championship here at the Stars Motorsports iRacing Series presented by 3D Racing. Congrats on the championship, my boy, and hopefully we'll see you guys back out here for the next season rather quickly, and hopefully we see you guys back out on the racetrack, and hopefully see you back up here in the broadcast booth before long.
We're going to give it all we got, and we're just we're happy to be here. Appreciate everything you do. Appreciate everything they do putting this on. And on to the next one, I guess. I don't know if there's a next one at this exact moment, but, whenever there is, we're going to be there.
Absolutely, my boy. We look forward to it, and we look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack. Wesley, congrats on the run, and congrats on the championship one more time, my boy. Hopefully you have yourself a wonderful evening. Hopefully you have yourself a wonderful night, and hopefully you don't party too hard down there in Victory Lane.
Hey, we're gonna pop a couple tops, and we will see if we can. We might need to load up the cars and roll out in the morning instead of tonight.
There you go. There you go. Wesley, have yourself a wonderful night, my boy.
You too, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our race winner and our champion, the 81 ride of Wesley Gwaltney, as Gwaltney picks up the championship here in this one, man. What a run, what a race right there for the 81 machine. Yo, Hematode, my boy Hematode coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. What is good, Hematode coming in, some mashing that thumbs up. What is good, homie? How you doing? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful evening. What you up to? Are you playing some Fortnite right now, or what are you doing? What are you doing, Hematode? What are you doing, my boy? I might be jumping on Fortnite here in a little bit. Maybe jump up there and do some Fortnite in a bit. But we're going to get ready to pull in our second place finisher here, not only in the race, but also in the championship as well. It's that 29 ride, the 3D Racing House of Speed, Norwood Sim Sports, number 29, Scott Dobbs, as Dobbs comes home here in position number 2 on the evening, and in position number 2 here in the championship, as we're going to pull Scott up for his post-race interview. Hey, Scott, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Scott, my boy, a great run, a great drive, and a great race here for you. You see, come home in position number 2 on the evening, and coming home in position number 2 here in the championship. Take us back through this one. What was going through your mind here trying to, you knew you kind of couldn't get those points to jump up and pass Wesley, but you still wanted to park that ride up here on the front stretch, and mission accomplished is down here in position number 2, looking very pretty up here on the front stretch for the last race of the series. What are your thoughts here coming down to the end of this one?
Man, I'm honestly a little disappointed. I wanted to win. I knew Wes got the championship, so I just wanted to race. But, hats out to Wes. He found the line and just took off. I had nothing for him. The car was set up for a little slicker track, and I was just hoping he'd come to me, and it just didn't do it. So hats off to Wes, and we'll try again next season.
Absolutely, my boy. Still a great run. Nonetheless, a solid second place finisher with so many fast drivers right there behind you. The 29 ride was still hooked up here tonight. You still looked very, very fast here. A roll in the middle side early on in this one, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, Wes came down on the bottom side there, rolling that inside berm to absolute perfection. Was able to squeeze up and get around you here in this one. You tried to battle back there. What did you need a little bit more of? Just a little bit more of a slicker track to really have your car come in good, where you might have been able to track them back down and beat that 81 right here tonight.
Yeah, we talked a little bit after the race. We were geared the same, which is kind of irrelevant. Depends how you drive, but so it wasn't the gear, but the overall chassis and everything was set for a slicker track. I had fuel in for 50 laps, hoping to get a little slicker. So I really didn't have anything for him. Once he found that line, man, he took off. And I was probably chuckling a little bit while I was driving. I just couldn't do anything.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just get beat, and unfortunately that's the way it went tonight for you. But man, nonetheless, still a great run, a great drive, parking that right up here in position number 2 in the race, but also coming home in second with the championship as well. It's still got to feel pretty good, and gives you that little bit of an extra momentum boost here for the next season. Hopefully we'll get something going here in a quick hurry, and hopefully we'll get you guys back out here on the racetrack, as we always love to see those 3D racing rides and all these other boys out there on the racetrack week after week after week.
Yeah, there's only one 3D racing ride you really want to watch, and that's the red and black one. That gray and silver thing. I mean, listen, if he didn't have a crew chief, he probably wouldn't be up front.
That's I can't argue with that one. He even said so himself. If it wasn't for you boys, then he definitely wouldn't be where he was there picking up the championship. But man, nonetheless, a great finish here for you and your team. If a solid second place finish here with the Supers, picking up the championship there with the UMP Modifieds. What's going through your mind with that? With a couple good finishes and a couple good points nights here for you guys, and a couple. A championship and a second place run. Got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does. And Wax came in third, I believe, in the UMPs. I got to double check that, but I think he finished in third. Is that what I posted? Anyway,
yeah, I think so.
I knew I had nothing to do with Wes's championship tonight. I mean, even all he had to do was grid and quit, and that was it. So my goal was to beat Sean. I hope to do that by finishing first, but I beat him. So yeah, the second feels good. Not as good as first, I will say that.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, there's always next season, and hopefully we'll see that 29 ride back up here and in the broadcast booth up in Victory Lane a lot more next season. Hopefully we'll see maybe getting that one extra position and parking your 29 ride not down here in the second place on the podium for the championship, but picking up that trophy and having yourself another great season. But man, Scott, a good run here tonight, a good season this year, a solid second place run in the championship. Who would you like to thank here for such a great car week after week after week here in the Stars Motorsports iRacing series?
Firstly, I want to thank you for jumping on and broadcasting this last minute. I appreciate that. I want to thank Schroyer and Rick Gibson for putting us on. Hopefully they get another league up and running. We'll see. We always like running his stuff. And, got to thank House of Speed. Without them, a year ago I was junk, but now I just get junked. 3D Racing, JMP Home Inspections, Westside Signs, One Shot Scrapper Recycling, and Justin Norwood Sim Sports, who has left the hospital and has medically been cleared to drive again.
Perfect. We love to hear that. We love to hear that, and love to hear that Justin's feeling good and back out and hopefully back onto the racetrack, and that's good to hear. Good to hear, and good to see the 29 ride back up here in the broadcast booth with another good run, another good championship finish for yourself, Scott. Congrats on a great run here tonight, and congrats on the second place finish for the championship. Hopefully we'll see you back up here next season, and hopefully we'll see you one spot better and picking up that championship trophy.
Absolutely. And once again, congratulations to Wes and Cliff on picking up the champions. I'll be back next season. We'll get them.
I have no doubt in my mind that you'll be in contention yet again for another championship, my boy.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate everything you do, bud.
Scott, have yourself a wonderful night, and don't party too hard down there in that, on that front stretch.
Cliff's already drank all the beer, and now he's got to go home. I don't know how he's doing that.
Oh no. Someone better call him an Uber or something, or he's going to have a long walk.
Yeah, I should make him walk, yeah.
That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Beauty. All right, Scott, well, have yourself a wonderful night, my boy, and have yourself a wonderful night, and don't party too hard.
All right, bud, have a good one.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher, the 29 ride. Scott Dobbs coming home not only in the second place finish here in the race, but second place in the points, man. A great run, a great drive all season long out of that 29 ride. And we know he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Wes and all these boys are going to have their hands full next season. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be fun to see these guys continue to duke it out, week after week after week again. And hopefully we'll get another season up and going here. Hopefully Scott Schroyer and Rick Gibson, hopefully the boys there at Stars Motorsports, get this back up and going. And hopefully we get another season with these guys back up here in the broadcast booth, and hopefully see them all back out onto the racetrack, as we're not quite done yet. We got one more interview left to go here. We're going to pull Mr. Shane Yates up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our third place finisher here on the evening, that 11 ride of Shane Yates, as we're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Shane, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Shane, my boy, a good run, a great race here tonight, man. That 11 ride was hooked up, but unfortunately just not quite enough out there on the racetrack for you to jump up and pass that 29 ride or the 81 ride here tonight in this one, man. Take us back through this race, and what did you need a little bit more of to be able to pick up the checkered flag in this one?
I'd say the right setup. I noticed once we, in warm-ups, like, I just clicked on the setup, one of my old setups that I had, and it was fast. I made a good fast lap with it, which it was tacky early on, and then I didn't think nothing about it. And when we got in the feature race, I noticed that I was like quite a bit quicker on takeoff than everybody else was. So as I raced and raced, I realized I couldn't go to the top, and as what had happened, somehow or another, I put a setup in the supers that was supposed to be in the pro late models. So, and when I went back and looked at it, I was on a 471 and I should have been on a 440 or something like that. So I couldn't run the top, because all I had was the bottom, and hoping the top would go away.
Yeah, hoping so. But with only 10 cars out there on the racetrack, and how tacky the track was, that's It's definitely a way to put yourself behind the ball in this one, but still being able to hang on with the wrong setup, the wrong gear, and everything else out there on the racetrack, being able to park that 11 right up here on the podium, still got to feel pretty dang good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I was hitting that bottom pretty hard, and I think I rode the berm pretty much almost every lap.
Absolutely. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and still a great run though. Coming home in the third place here, a great finish, a great run for the final race of the series. Hopefully we're gonna get another series going. Hopefully we'll get you in early on it, and hopefully you don't miss too many of the nights, and hopefully we'll see you out here on the racetrack competing with these guys next season. And obviously we'll be throwing your name into the hat there for the championship as well, as we know that 11 ride is usually always somewhere up towards the front, whether or not, you make it to the finish line or not. But that 11 ride is usually always super, super fast and usually at the front of the field. So definitely be nice to see you back out on the racetrack with the next season.
Yeah. If they have another season, I come in late. I didn't even know they was running this league and come in late. But it seems like a pretty good league. A lot of fast guys in here. Be some pretty good competition,
Absolutely, and hopefully that they expand and get more drivers in here and make it that much better and that much bigger, and then we can really see you guys duke it out in battle, as the UMP modified super late models are always such fun cars to drive, totally different but totally the same in the same aspect. Those UMPs are a little bit of a different animal than the super late models, and we haven't really talked too much about the difference between them, and we see a lot of guys pulling the double duty going from one to the other, and you would know from yourself, really what's the difference between the two of them and how they handle and how they drive out there.
It seems like in the modifieds, UMP modifieds, you got to keep them more straight and nowhere near the throttle that you give in the supers. The lighter you are on the throttle, the faster you are in the UMPs. You still got to be pretty good throttle, have good throttle control in the supers, but it's nowhere near like the UMPs is.
Absolutely, man. Those things are absolute animals, but hopefully we'll see them back in the rotation for next season, and hopefully we'll see you back out here as well, Shane. Congrats on a solid third-place run here tonight, my boy. Who would you like to thank for such a strong performance and great run here in this one?
I thank Premier Racing Setups, Flood Drive, and I want to thank Scott for letting me race this league. At short notice, I just jumped in here for a bunch of guys, so I appreciate that, and I appreciate you for broadcasting it.
Absolutely, my boy Shane. A good run, good race, and a good series here for you. And hopefully we'll see you back out here, and hopefully we'll see you back up in the broadcast booth very, very soon here. And hopefully we'll see you maybe back up here tomorrow night.
What is day? Wednesday?
Sim 500 Dirt Street Sucks tomorrow night.
I might give that up. I just have bad luck there.
It's definitely a tough one, that's for certain, and hopefully the boys have put in the work and gotten everything pointed in the right direction, and hopefully admins show up, and hopefully things get going good in that one again, and maybe next season we'll see everyone jump back in and try it again and see if we can get things figured out there in that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I might jump in there. It's iffy, but appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, my boy Shane. Have yourself a wonderful night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, see you, bud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our third place finisher, the 11 rider Shane Yates. Is Shane coming home here in position number 3? What a run, what a race there by all these drivers as they put on a great show, a great race, and a great performance here for us all season long. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we are going to call it there on that note. Great race, a great run, man. That was a lot of awesome racing, man. We saw some great side-by-side battles. We saw some great, 3-wide slide jobs, everything else, man. These guys put on a heck of a show here for us. But unfortunately, we are going to call it there on that note for these guys. We're going to get ready to go back live, though, in a little bit. We're probably going to make some food real quick and, maybe get something to eat super, super quick here and then be back live for some late-night games. I don't know what we're going to be playing. Could be Call of Duty, could be Fortnite, could be iRacing, could be who knows what we're going to be playing, but we're going to be jumping on and doing something here. Got to finish off the month strong. Got to try to, hit our star goals, try to hit all of our other goals, and continue to just keep on pumping that content out. Tomorrow we're going to do a lot of editing and getting some things out, and maybe doing some Diablo. I haven't really quite decided whether or not we're going to do Diablo or not, or if we're going to get that game or not. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a possibility, and more than likely, honestly. But we're always looking for new games, and different things to do, and hopefully we're going to start doing some more, games with subscribers and everything else, and followers, and getting the whole community in on it, and everyone, being together and battling together. And I do see on my thing here that we have a new subscriber as well. I never got the notification for it. Who became a subscriber over on Facebook that I didn't see? I don't know, chat. I don't know. That one's disappeared on me. I don't know where it is. Somebody hit that sub button. I don't know who it is. I'm going to have to find out afterwards. But whoever it was, I love you and thank you and welcome to the PeaceMaker Sub Club. Hitting that sub button, becoming a member of the PeaceMaker family, the PeaceMaker crew, and PeaceMaker Sub Club. Smashing that sub button. If you guys want to be just like them, gain access to an exclusive group, a little bit more one-on-one time with yours truly, and becoming that much more of a supporter here on the channel. Getting emotes, you get a whole bunch of extra benefits and everything else that'd be on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You kind of get all of them, and it's absolutely awesome. Make sure you hit that sub button if you want to, gain a little bit of an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at yours truly, and become that much tighter with the PeaceMaker fam and everything else. Hit that sub button. But listen, you guys don't have to do it. My content is 100% free. Your likes, your shares, your follows, your subscribes, that means the absolute world to me, and costs you guys absolutely nothing, and helps us out an absolute ton. Every single time you guys show up, hit that like button, the share button, leaving a few comments, hanging around for that couple minutes, helps the stream out and helps us grow to absolutely insane levels. And that's all I can ask from anyone that comes in here. And I love each and every one of you guys, and hopefully you guys have yourselves a wonderful evening. Hopefully you guys have yourselves a wonderful night, and hopefully I'll see you guys back out here in just a little bit. Hopefully I'll see you guys back out, in the broadcast, in the chat here, in just just a little bit. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching the show, and thank you to Stars Motorsports and 3D Racing for bringing me on board and being the broadcaster here for the series, as these guys put on a great show and a great series for us. Right from the drop of the first green flag right down to the final checkered flag, it was nonstop wicked racing action, and I can't thank them enough for having me on board and bringing me in to be the broadcaster here for the series. And hopefully we'll get another one up in a little bit, and hopefully we'll get some more racing action. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing the love here all evening long. But unfortunately, we are going to be calling it there on that note. I'll see you guys here in just a little bit with some other gameplay, but that's going to be it for the broadcast. Peace out. Much love. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, and hopefully I'll see y'all in just a little bit. Peace out, baby. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
I loved you and deny. Shouldn't have let receipts, now I got you on fire. Shit might get released when you walk down the aisle. Expose who you are beneath that fake ass smile. A couple songs about you when I told the truth through and through. Never name drop, you guilty if you assume it's you. From laying under covers to staying under your skin. I know exactly what it was, fuck what it is. Stay thinking out loud and think about how the vibe changed quicker than 1,000,000 miles an hour. I felt bad for whatever I said, but whatever's dead, I hope I see you never again. Could've been me in the suit, but you had your cake and you eating it too. Fuck, you never thought you'd go back on your word. Broken promises sent me back down to earth. Black down on the curb, yes, time heals all, accept this. Cut deep enough to leave me infected. I fell victim to all those intentions. Cause of you I can't make a connection. shit was looking bad. Looking back, it had me trusting somebody I probably shouldn't have. PTSD from falling and hitting rock bottom with nothing there to cushion that. Last time you reached out, I ain't read the message. Leave it to karma to respond when you least expect it. Everything I said, I felt the need to mention. When facts seem offensive, it's hard to ease attention. I'm just thinking out loud and think about how the vibe changed quicker than 1,000,000 miles an hour. I felt bad for whatever I said, but whatever's dead, I hope I see you never again. It could have been me in the suit, but you had your cake and you eating it too. Fuck, you never